Hi, graphic artists. So last time you were working on your final outline. If you haven't finished that or you didn't totally develop that idea, you're gonna finish that today. We worked on it last time, so if you can kind of remember what that looked like. But what I want to teach you today is how we are going to add color to our comics. So I wanna share first a few comics with you to kind of take a look at some of those colors in real comic books. And then I'm gonna show you some techniques on how we're gonna add color with our colored pencils today, okay?
Okay, so really quickly, let's take a look at some comic books. Notice how the colors are really bright and they grab your attention. Most always, not always, but most of the time, your superheroes are going to have really bright colors, and they use a lot of primary colors and secondary colors with superheroes. And you can see that in the picture. Not all of them do, like Batman's kind of an exception. He wears black and some darker colors, but his story is a little bit darker. So kind of think about your superhero story. If they use the power of ice, maybe they might be blue. If they have lightning bolts or fire, you might pick an orange or a red or some warm colors for your superhero. So think about what makes sense for your superhero. Also, if you have a super villain, often they use really dark colors for a super villain to kind of set them apart from the good guy. We notice that the good guy has green and the super villain has green, but this green is a brighter green that kind of lets us know that he's a good guy and this one's a bad guy because it's darker. So make sure to think about those things before you start adding your colors. If you are at home, you may use markers or colored pencils for this project. We don't want to use crayons just because we've got a lot of tiny spaces to work in and that won't work very well. But what we're going to do today is we are going to fill this in. We're really going to take our time with this and make sure that we go nice and even with our color pencils. So I'm going to go through this for you, and I'm actually going to speed it up, but I'm going slow, and I'll kind of show you how I start. Like, I'm really going to outline everything first by pressing down kind of really hard to kind of pop it out. Otherwise, they all kind of blend together. So I'm tracing over those lines hard, but then when I go to color them in, I'm really taking my time to stay on the lines. Notice it's nice and smooth and even. We don't want to scribble. I don't want any of this, like go in different directions, because then it looks really messy. So make sure to take your time and slow it down. Nice and even as you go through here. And then I'm going to speed this up so you can kind of see what it looks like, okay? Whew, I am not done, but I am working really hard to take my time. I'm outlining things, I'm coloring them in nice and neat. Sometimes I have to go back over them to fix it if I made any mistakes or I got scribbly with it. But I'm really making this look like a real comic book. I'm taking my time on it. If you don't get done today, that's okay, because it's going to take us several days to really work on this if we take our time. So if you're ready to stop, go ahead and stop. I know I need a little stretch break here because my hands are hurting, but we will continue to add color and work more to finish this up next time in class. Great job today.